くつろいでて。
はい。いかん。何か喋らなきゃ。なんかさ、私さ、人ん家上がるとついその家の匂い嗅いじゃうんだよね。地雷踏み抜いた。
ビールでいい？
はい。定評のある広高だ。家に呼んですぐ何かするだとか。
So hello everyone. In this video I will show you top 10 anime where couples start their relationship with stating. So please subscribe my channel and like the video. Number 10. Youkai Zakuro. Second Lieutenant Kagemaki, the son of a famous general, has hidden his extreme fear of paranormal beings all his life. However, when he and two others are reassigned to live and work with Youkai in the Ministry of Spirit Affairs, he is brought face to face with his worst nightmare. Now with the help of the fox spirit Kushimitsu, he and his fellow officers must learn to work alongside Youkai maidens, Zakuro, Sasuke Tauru, Uzuki, and Bonbori, to solve paranormal cases. Set in the midst of an alternate version of Japanese westernization, Youkai Zakuro explores the clashes and unions that can occur when East meets West, local meets foreign, and women meet men. The unusual alliance of the Youkai maidens and human officers must learn to work together in a world that is changing around them. Number 9. Okami Shoujo Kuro ouji. Erika Shinohara has taken to lying about her romantic exploits to earn the respect of her new friends. So when they ask for a picture of her boyfriend, she hastily snaps a photo of a handsome stranger, whom her friends recognize as the popular and kind-hearted Kyoya Sada. Trapped in her own web of lies and desperately trying to avoid humiliation, Erika explains her predicament to Kyoya, hoping he will pretend to be her boyfriend. But Kyoya is not the angel he appears to be, he is actually a mean-spirited sadist who forces Erika to become his dog in exchange for keeping her secret. Begrudgingly accepting his deal, Erika soon begins to see glimpses of the real Kyoya beneath the multiple layers of his outer persona. As she finds herself falling for him, she can't help but question if he will ever feel the same way about her. Will Kyoya finally make an honest woman out of Erika? Number 8. Kakuryou, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. Abandoned as a child by her mother, Aoi Tsubaki has always had the ability to see Ayakashi spirits from the hidden realm. Shiro Tsubaki, her grandfather who shared the same ability, took her under his wing and taught her how to live with the Ayakashi in peace. When her grandfather abruptly passes away, the independent Aoi must continue her college career, armed with only her knowledge in cooking as a means of protection against the human-eating spirits. In hopes that the Ayakashi will not turn to her or other unknowing humans as a tasty meal, she takes it upon herself to feed the hungry creatures that cross her path. After giving a mysterious Ayakashi her lunch, Aoi is transported to the hidden realm, where the Ayakashi reveals himself to be an ogre god known as Udana, the master innkeeper. There, she learns that she was used as collateral for her grandfather's debt of 100 million yen, and that she must pay the price for her grandfather's careless decision by marrying Udana. Aoi valiantly refuses and decides to settle things on her own terms. She will pay off the debt herself by opening an eatery at Udana's inn. Kakuryou no Yadimshi follows the journey of Aoi as she proceeds to change and touch the lives of the Ayakashi through the one weapon she has against them, her delicious cooking. Number 7. 3D Kanojo. For Hikari Tsutsui, life within the two-dimensional realm is much simpler. Socially inept and awkward, he immerses himself in video games and anime, only to be relentlessly ridiculed and ostracized by his classmates. Sharing his misery is Yato Itu, his only friend, who wears cat ears and is equally obsessed with the world of games. After being forced to clean the pool as punishment for arriving late, Tsutsui meets Ire Oe Igarashi, but he attempts to steer clear of her, as her notoriety precedes her. brazenly blunt, loathed by female classmates, and infamous for messing around with boys, Zutsui believes that getting involved with her would cause nothing but problems. 3D Kanojo, Real Girl is a story revolving around these two outcasts, a boy full of emotions he has never experienced before, struggling to lay them bare, and a girl who strives to break him out of his shell. Number 6. Suka. Putting his life on the line, Willem Kmitch leaves his loved ones behind and sets out to battle a mysterious monster, and even though he is victorious, he is rendered frozen in ice. It is during his icy slumber that terrifying creatures known as beasts emerge on the Earth's surface and threaten humanity's existence. Willem awakens 500 years later, only to find himself the sole survivor of his race as mankind is wiped out. Together with the other surviving races, Willem takes refuge on the floating islands in the sky, living in fear of the beasts below. He lives a life of loneliness and only does odd jobs to get by. One day, he is tasked with being a weapon storehouse caretaker. Thinking nothing of it, Willem accepts, but he soon realizes that these weapons are actually a group of young leprechauns. Though they bear every resemblance to humans, they have no regard for their own lives, identifying themselves as mere weapons of war. Among them is Cthalina Seniarius, who is more than willing to sacrifice herself if it means defeating the beasts and ensuring peace. Willem becomes something of a father figure for the young leprechauns, watching over them fondly and supporting them in any way he can. He, who once fought so bravely on the front lines, can now only hope that the ones being sent to battle return safely from the monsters that destroyed his kind. Number 5. Or Monogatari. With his muscular build and tall stature, Takeo Gouda is not exactly your average high school freshman. However, behind his intimidating appearance hides a heart of gold, and he is considered a hero by the boys for his courage and chivalry. Unfortunately, these traits do not help much with his love life. As if his looks are not enough to scare the opposite sex away, Takeo's cool and handsome best friend and constant companion Makoto Tsunekawa easily steals the hearts of the female students, including every girl Takeo has ever liked. When Takeo gallantly saves cute and angelic Rinko Yamato from being molested, he falls in love with her instantly, but suspects that she might be interested in Tsunekawa. With his own love for Yamato continuing to bloom, Takeo unselfishly decides to act as her Cupid, even as he yearns for his own love story. Number 4. Wataku Nikoi wa Muzukashii. Having slept through all 4 of her alarms, the energetic Narumi Momos finds herself running late for her first day of work at a new office. As she races to catch her train, she makes a promise to herself that none of her co-workers will find out about her dark secret, that she is an otaku and a fujoshi. Her plan goes instantly awry, though, when she runs into Hirataka Naifuji, an old friend from middle school. Although she tries to keep her secret by inviting him out for drinks after work, her cover is blown when he casually asks her whether or not she will be attending the upcoming summer Comic-Con. Luckily for her, the only witnesses, Hingako Koyanagi and Taoru Kabakura, are otaku as well. Later that night, the pair go out for drinks so that they can catch up after all the years apart. After Narumi complains about her previous boyfriend breaking up with her because he refused to date a fujoshi, Hirataka suggests that she try dating a fellow otaku, specifically himself. He makes a solemn promise to always be there for her, to support her, and to help her farm for rare drops in Monster Hunter. Blown away by the proposal, Narumi agrees immediately. Thus the two otaku start dating, and their adorably awkward romance begins. Number 3. Darling and the Franxx. In the distant future, humanity has been driven to near extinction by giant beasts known as klaxosaurs, forcing the surviving humans to take refuge in massive fortress cities called plantations. Children raised here are trained to pilot giant mechas known as Franxx, the only weapons known to be effective against the Klaxosaurs, in boy-girl pairs. Bred for the sole purpose of piloting these machines, these children know nothing of the outside world and are only able to prove their existence by defending their race. Hiro, an aspiring Franxx pilot, has lost his motivation and self-confidence after failing an aptitude test. Skipping out on his class graduation ceremony, Hiro retreats to a forest lake, where he encounters a mysterious girl with two horns growing out of her head. She introduces herself by her codename 02, which is known to belong to an infamous Franxx pilot known as the Partner Killer. Before Hiro can digest the encounter, the plantation is rocked by a sudden Klaxosaur attack. 02 engages the creature in her Franxx, but it is heavily damaged in the skirmish and crashes near Hiro. Finding her partner dead, 02 invites Hiro to pilot the mecha with her, and the duo easily defeats the Klaxosaur in the ensuing fight. With a new partner by his side, Hiro has been given a chance at redemption for his past failures, but at what cost? Number 2. Swordemo Sekai wa Utsukushii. In the Sun Kingdom, sunshine is part of its citizens' everyday lives, and rain is something that they have never even heard of. However, in a faraway land called the Rain Dukedom, the weather is reversed, and everybody has the power to create rain with their voices. Livius Ifriqiya has conquered the entire world and expanded the Sun Kingdom's influence in the 3 short years since he was crowned king. Upon learning about the powers to create rain, Livius decides to marry Nike Mercier, one of the princesses of the Rain Dukedom. However, those outside the Sun Kingdom have spread a rumor that Livius is a cruel, ruthless, and tyrannical ruler, and as word reaches the princess, she begins to prepare herself for the worst. But when she finally meets her fiancé, Nike discovers that he is an entirely different person from what she originally expected. Number 1. Ah. My Godess. In a world where humans can have their wish granted via the Goddess help hotline, a human, Keiichi Morisato, summons the goddess Beldendi by accident and jokes that she should stay with him forever. Unfortunately for him, his wish is granted. Suddenly, Keiichi is now living with this gorgeous woman all alone, causing him to be kicked out of the all-male dormitory he was staying in. But soon, after they find lodging in a Buddhist temple, Keiichi and Beldendi's relationship begins to blossom. Although they are both awkward and rather uncomfortable with one another at first, what awaits these two strangers could turn out to be an unexpected romance.